Hi, everybody. This is the Lucky TJ at Living Metaphysically. And whoo, I've got some really great. I just want to talk to you about some serious stuff I've been thinking about lately. And that is, I want to know why you want to be in crypto. Like, what is the crypto space all about for you? So I was thinking about it for myself today. And I was wondering, have you ever had a dream like, you're in the crypto space and what is your dream? What is your reason? Um, your, I'll just put your reason, whoops, for buying it or joining an opportunity or whatever. Like, what's your reason? So the reason why I'm asking is because I started thinking about like exactly why I like crypto, Bitcoin, etc. And what's so attractive about the online space in general? Like what am I looking for? So I'm gonna write that too. What are what's you looking for? So you know, I was very much aware today that one of the main things I want in my life, and I want it now, is time freedom. You know, um, time freedom. What does time freedom mean? Time freedom to me means that I can do whatever I want whenever I want to. Um, and in order for me to have time freedom, I need to have some kind of way, I need to have financial freedom. So, these are important. And, one of the reasons why it's not like anything is quote unquote horrible in my life. In fact, things are very, very good in my life and looking up all the time. But one of the things that I really want more of that I haven't had is this thing, time freedom, you know, because it's really important to me to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it and not have to feel like I have to be someplace else where I'm, not really fully engaged or in an environment, for example, if I am in a place where, stuck inside because I have to be there and it's air conditioning and I feel cold when it's hot as heck outside. Even if it's 90 degrees or 99 degrees, I am the kind of person who really doesn't mind having that type of temperature. So I'd rather be outside breathing fresh air, looking at, or I just want to be able to have a choice one way or the other. So I think that one of the most important things that I can see in my life is I want choices um, that I make, not someone else. So so it's important to me to think about like what I'm doing every moment because I recognize that there are there's a reason for me to have this. I'm at a point in my life where I, first of all, last week we had a really unfortunate thing happen where one of the people at my job um, was struck by a bike with a car hit him and he died later that day. It was, I think he was on, anyway, without going all into the details, but he died that day, that afternoon. He was struck in the morning, and then by before evening, he was dead. And it really made me think a lot. because I know that, we don't know how long we're going to be here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here in this earthly experience. And it's important to me to live the most fullest life that I want to live. And I am very acutely aware that at times I see myself as not as telling myself like, well, I don't have enough money to do certain types of things that I want to do. And I think that I'm not the only person who is looking for time freedom and financial freedom. Like I think it's really common. As a matter of fact, I hear a whole lot of people. And it's not like I don't have money to do things. I can go out right now and buy stuff. It isn't that. But, I don't have enough money right now to, like, I'm not making six figures yet. So the thing about it is, what is it that I can do to bring myself closer to that? I think that's been the answer that I've been looking for. And maybe you're looking for that answer too, because if you've been like me, particularly for the last year and almost a half, maybe not quite a half, I have been on the online space. As a matter of fact, I was always looking online to try to figure out a way to make money because it's very appealing to know that I'm going to be on the computer anyway. I'm, I'm technically savvy per se. I work in IT anyhow. And I know that I see that there are other people online who are doing things where they are generating income by being online. I just never knew how to do it. And the reason why I'm making this video tonight is really to talk to you. I'm looking for some people to work with because I know that looking for 3 people to work with. Okay? And or leaders. Okay, so why? Well, because finally in my life, I've been blessed to be in a situation where I've never ever in my life been in any opportunity in any type of group of people where the path and the road and the tools to be able to be successful are being just fed to me, just given, almost like I'm in a smorgasbord of somebody like saying, okay, well, here's something you can do. Here's another thing you can do. And I'm just like, oh, great. So this is very, very exciting. So what am I talking about? Well, as you may or may not know, I am involved in a fantastic opportunity with a company called Unify, and Unify itself is really great, and because of so many things. Whew, number one, the company is run by people who know what they're doing. So it's really funny how I was thinking about this earlier when I was driving home, and there's a lot of companies like that I've been involved with, online, and I've been able to compare many, 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 many of them. Let's just say if I had probably 100 between March of 2017 and now, I've been able to see probably at least 100 companies and what they did, how they brought themselves to the table, what they've been about, what their leadership was about, what they offered, and how they were there for whatever type of support. And this goes for even like, so as far as like, how was their website? Did they have, how long did it, how long was their launch? Did they have problems? And this is not just only like ones that were unsuccessful and they knew they were going to scam, or whether there are some that are successful who are still in space. Um, my point is that I really love Unify because I can see very clearly that they have the experience. Like, I don't know how they manage to do their pre-launch and do it so well and do it so fast. So I'm with another company, and it's not to dog them or put them down, but I was listening to one of their webinars, and they were talking about they think no other company is as good as they are, and nobody's doing what they're doing and all that, when in fact, they are, in my opinion only, and they may get to someplace else, that is really much better. But in my opinion, they're not nearly as great as what they think they are in the space. I mean, maybe they will be. I think that their product is going to be really super great too. I'm not saying that that isn't true, but I can clearly see that their website doesn't work really well. Not everything. And although they're doing a good job trying to get it together, they've had months and months to be able to do that. Where Unify actually had their pre-launch, everything's working, their payments are working. I mean, it's amazing. Their their matrix is working. You can click on it and it's working. It's sensible. It's moving. It's fast. It shows you all the data. So that's an important distinction, as to like what is it, what's in the space, how the websites look. I noticed last year there were tons of there were several websites that as soon as I saw them, I thought, very amateurish looking. And like I'm saying, this would just all I'm doing is stating some facts. I'm not trying to really put anything down. I'm just saying that what I noticed in the space, if you just had to give ratings, which mostly, rating things, like I sing, so I sing competitively and we get scores. So, we're always shooting for A+ type scores, and those are in between certain numbers. So if I was going to give scores to websites, I'd say that, I've seen some that were like scoring in B's and some in C's and some in D's and some in A's. So anyway, all that's just to say that I've been so impressed with Unify for that as one of the reasons that I like them. And the let me tell a couple more reasons. I'm going to write some notes here. Okay, so um, now the team of people who put together uh, Unify, uh, as the CEO, I did some research on him today. And because every time I'm listening to him talk, I get the impression that he knows what he's talking about. Like that it's just not some stuff, that he's actually very freed up, and that he knows trading, he knows the markets. So Unify is a company that has products where people, and their goal is to help people to be able to have financial stability, financial security, and financial freedom. And the vehicle is the company, and the company is offering signals that people can use for trading. Also, Prosperity U, which can teach people about crypto and everything you need to know about, like having a wallet, trading, when you're trading, the different terminology, how to set up stop losses, things like that. And so it's such a, and their heart is in the right place. What they want is to make a difference in the world. So, these are not just like mere words. Like, they're literally giving good signals. They're being tested by everybody. Like, the pre-launch is over, and Unify is running. People are using the signals. They're chatting online, talking about, how they've made. So I have not really been using the signals. I have to admit that I haven't really had a chance to to use them, although I've been reading about how everybody's using them. And so I was thinking about how great this is also for me, because I wanted to learn how to trade. And I think that by my using the signals, then I'll be able to make some trades. So, I mean, I've made trades before, but I mean, by using the signals, I'll be able to trade regularly. So, yes, I've been missing it. I was just thinking about how I actually have been missing it since the signals came out, whatever the last couple of weeks that I haven't been using them. I actually need to, get myself in gear so that so I am using them. So I mean, and so that sort of brings me back to some of the points about, what you're looking for and what a person is looking for. And one of the other things that's really, really great, and why I'm looking for people to work with, is because um, I belong to a community of people that want to help people to be successful with Unify. So that was something I really didn't understand. Um, so let me put that. So, I always have been the kind of person more or less kind of like a loner, like doing my thing and, not really caring if other people did anything or whatever, because I've always felt like, I couldn't really, like, people would just do whatever they wanted to do whenever they wanted to do it. And that I didn't really have any influence over that, which I don't really. Nonetheless, I have expanded my caring about other people and to the degree of understanding how it does take everyone in the community to be able to help everyone in the world. So like I've always wanted to help everybody in the world. That isn't something I didn't have already. It's just that I really wasn't utilizing what I now understand as community. And so let me break that down for you a little bit. So what is community and what is online community? So online community right now is social media. Whoops. And YouTube. I'm not even gonna spell that. Capitalize. So that's pretty interesting. And then, the rest of community is like webinars, phone calls, chats, could be Facebook chat or whatever type of chat, WhatsApp, it doesn't matter. So there's a lot of ways that people are communicating that, maybe everybody's not even wanting to be involved in. And another thing people, want is definitely emails. All right, so anyway, so the level of, okay, so let me talk a little bit more about what is going on with me wanting to support like 3 people to be able to be successful in Unify. Has a lot to do with A, impacting the world, B, impacting my own self and working with others and being able to be doing something that's my dream, which is to like, help other people. And then the other thing is, Unify wants that, and I'm in alignment with, their effort to, you know, support people for financial success. And, it's funny because I've never had the tools available to be able to support anyone or a team. Like I never knew what to do. Like it was, sort of like being in it, but didn't have a strategy, plan, or anything mapped out that told me exactly what to do. So it's being really exciting that I'm with a group of people who are laying out every step to take. So like there's so much communication that what I think is that it's almost like for some people it might be too much for you to handle, which is why it's really important, like for me to say that, I'm looking for people who want to, um, who already know that they can be successful. That was one thing on one of the webinars today that was I was listening to. So what I do with my time is that when I'm driving, I listen to webinars and get caught up. I'm always listening to something that's feeding my mind, something positive, some kind of something that's going, I'm not driving, and you can do what you need to do with your time. But what I'm noticing is that as I've been turning my time into something that feeds me and helps me to develop something, like things are happening in my life, which is probably not probably, which is why Unify came my way, and the team of people that I'm working with, who already are 6, 7, 8-figure earners. And these are people that, I definitely am learning from. So it's really exciting to have people who already know how to build a team and utilize marketing to be able to utilize the rewards that you get for sharing Unify with other people. It's a well-rounded situation. It's like Unify is really great because it's a good company run by people who know what they're doing. The signals are really good. The products are really good. The vision that they have is really good. Then the marketing team is exciting because they're providing all the tools, um, you know, emails, a funnel. Let me put that there too. Whoop. All right, a funnel. I'm gonna get rid of this one. So it's exciting that um, this level, this is a superior level of communication. That this is the most superior level of communication and support that I've ever been in any marketing, in any network marketing opportunity, any online business opportunity, no matter what it was, any kind of way that I wanted to ever make passive or residual income. I've never ever seen the like a way for me to actually do it. And it's I'm totally thrilled. I mean, I like, you know, I could bet I wish I had a gong, and I could just go ding, like how exciting it is. So the cool thing about it is that we have all of this stuff available, all of these available. And so see, the funny part about it is that when I looked at all of everything to compare from last year, March of 2017, and everything I learned about all the leaders, all the people who were making a lot of money, looking at myself, seeing what amounts of money I was making, um, and seeing like, well, how was it that how did so and so, get into a program and they were getting like zillions, like making money, with whatever way. Let's say if it was so lending platforms this year are out. I'm not thinking that's going to work for me. That's which is another reason why I like Unify, because you just take your own money, and although you do have a subscription to pay for, like that is so low for the signals compared to uh, other things I've seen out there that where they want you to pay a lot more for your signals. I mean, it's just like a very easy, I think, easy to see, great opportunity, and I kind of like was just taking it for granted. It's like I felt like my mistake is and has been that I would tell somebody, and then I'd expect them to see it like I saw it, and then they couldn't see it like I saw it for some reason. Like for me, when I looked at everything, I thought, damn, this is a no-brainer. Number one, the opportunity was so, like the, Unified itself is really good. Look at everything that was right there with the website, with the especially when we got into the products, and so I could see Prosperity U. All the videos are really on target. People talking about that the signals are really good. The CEO and the CMO, great experience telling everybody, what they're doing. I mean, like, and then the marketing team that I'm actually with, giving us a funnel. I actually paying for a funnel, but it's not a lot. Uh, and then having webinars, Facebook groups, phone calls, live videos, supporting us to have our own YouTube channel. I already had mine, so I just had to get mine back together. Having, like, we're running ads. So, you know, what what it takes to be successful online. Um, you know, um, I'll just say is being handed to me, but I must do my share of the work. And part of that is for me to work with others, supporting others. So, because really we're all one big team, and I like that part too. So it's something like new for me, like to really understand like the degree in which I get to support others. So I have a couple people on my team that I've been supporting, and it's been really, really fun, like to work with people and hear how their minds work. Because like I told you, in general, I was kind of like, oh, this is a no-brainer. Of course, you're not going to be negative. Of course, you're going to be positive. Of course, you're going to already believe that you're going to be a success. Of course, you're going to, um, it's so many things, but there's so many people like all over this whole range. So back to the beginning of what I was going to say is that I'm looking for some leaders, people who have had some success already. And if you have, then great. But if you haven't and you are willing to do the work of being open-minded, being able to be coachable, following some instructions that are easily laid out. You have to be able to open up your email and get on Facebook and be able to. And if you don't have enough time, so it's a lot. One thing that was being talked about today in the webinar was like there's a lot of people who are still, if you're still working, you have a lot, your schedule is not that open, then you're going to need like maybe an hour a day, I would think. And if you don't have a whole lot of money to run ads or whatever, you can still do free things in order to, and these are all being taught to you. We teach you everything, and I personally will individually work with you. That's why I'm looking for 3 people to individually, personally support and work with, so that you don't have to worry about, well, I didn't see this email or whatever. But you're gonna have to stay somewhat on top of it. But I'll definitely be feeding you as much information as you can handle and supporting you to be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. All right, so let me see. Is there anything else I really wanted to say? Not really. I'm gonna make this video over with. It's not that short. What time is it so far? Where's my? Okay, so almost it's time to get off. So anyway, what you're going to do is, you know, use the use the link in the description. All right, and also like and subscribe. All right, so these are good questions, because you do need to know there's a lot to be offered by working with people who know what they're doing and who are willing to help you. So you need to start with your why. I've been actually listening to a book. And if you know your why, then you can figure out, the what, and then the how will take care of itself. It's pretty interesting because actually that's a good way to be able to move forward from where you are right now. So if you're looking for something different to happen in your life, and that's the reason why you're watching this video, or why you've been like trying to get into crypto, and you had maybe were wondering like, well, how am I going to, it's been a bear market. So yes, it's been going back up. We were down. Bitcoin was down to what, 58? I don't remember. I don't really know exactly how far it went down, but I did see that it had gone down pretty low, comparatively speaking. Of course, in last year this time, it was not even, like, I didn't think it went up to 5,000 until August. But either way, what I'm saying is that if you've been looking for a way to change some significant things in your life, which would be to have and to be able to make some additional money online, and to also be a part of something that is really heading in the right direction, and you don't have to be like worrying about, oh goodness gracious, I'm trying to be in some of these, like, is this going to be something, that's going to be another, like, how safe am I? Go ahead and do your due diligence and everything. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I definitely invite you to check out Unify, because it is really all that. And it's something that's, you know, uh, I believe in, and I'm going to go 1,000,000%, and I'm going to help whoever wants to. I'm going to help you to be successful, because, it's just something that's definitely here for us to do, and change the world, change our lives. Hey, SCR. Anyway, with that, I'll talk about my last thing, and that is my motto, which is question everything. And that way you can see what might be in the way of you having what you want. It's a very wonderful thing. Turn that focus on, turn it within, so you can say, okay, well, I don't want to be so scared to do anything. I just want somebody to show me what to do, and see if this is going to work, or whatever it is you're going to be saying to yourself. And you can certainly ask me whatever you need to ask. All right. With all that, peace out.